Yep. In 12, 5, 7, and...
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a show about shows. Start off the fireworks. Tune up the band. This is episode 21. Which
21?
We're allowed to drink, which is good, because Dutch is drunk every week.
Woo-hoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jordan Pierce Owens, here with my main man, Dutch McAllister.
Wearing my old Tammy Fences hat. I'm Denzel Washington
And
tonight.
it's legitimately the hat from Fences.
It is.
And of course, the aviator, the man, the legend, the myth, Ryan Bartan Dizzle in the hizzle.
Woo!
Ready for another exciting week.
Oh, such an
Another
exciting
exciting
week. Thank you for joining us here. We've got a fun show, as always. We're talking Lions. We're talking Gators. We're talking Tarantinos.
Oh, my.
Lions, Gators, and Tarantinos.
And we're going to cap what
Oh,
we
my.
think are the top 5 films of 2019 so far, obviously. We're halfway through the year, so let's see what we all think is good and not so good. Dutch,
and we're introducing a new segment I can't wait to get into. So,
Vudeja.
no. Well, that's next week, though.
We got
Good
What
job.
You Watching?
What
Where we're
You
going to talk
Watching?
about what we're watching.
Television shows only. TV.
You never said that. I wrote down a movie, I think.
Well, why are you putting movies?
Because you never said that. You just said, we're doing What You're Watching. And I said, what's that?
You know what?
And
Who
said,
cares? Let's just go
"It's
with what you're watching.
watching."
It's what you're watching. Just let's go with that. So it's
I'm just saying, you need to tell me
every
this
show
stuff.
it'll get a little better, okay? Because this is a new segment. Every new segment has a little bit of issue every time. Deja Vu had issues,
'Cause you
and we
don't-
still
you don't tell us what the things are.
and Deja Vu also has, no matter how many times we still have it, we still have issues with it. So we'll just keep on going.
Don't give us about an episode 120.
That's what makes the show so great.
Says you.
He talked in the mic. It's an upstart. Remember, he promised in
Holy
episode 20.
Yeah, holy snikes.
Good job.
We're at each other's throat like Lion Kings this week, right off the
Absolutely.
So I
bat.
don't know if you guys are doing any appearances. I know I am because I'm a superstar. I'll be at Alto Comedy Club tomorrow. This will probably air after that. So let's all act like that show already happened. Wow, I was hilarious, right, guys?
Oh, my
Absolutely.
God. Best set ever.
I made a special appearance in the downtown jail.
I hope you
No, I'm kidding.
I told you, don't do Michael Richards' act. And you said, no, now it will get laughs.
it will get laughs. We're in Trump country. It's got to get laughs.
And then August the 6th, RPW Wrestling in Fort Myers. It's our 4th anniversary, 4 years strong, nearly 70 shows, no signs of stopping until me and Zach fight and break up.
4 years.
4 years, my friend.
I've only known you've existed in that show for about a year.
No, you've
No, I'm just messing.
Have
I'm
we
just
been
playing.
friends as long as RPW?
Way before RPW.
Not way before, not that much.
Yeah,
before.
yeah. We've been together for a while. The only thing that good could happen out before my marriage.
We all miss what's
yeah,
their face?
whatever the hell it is.
There's
Yeah.
a wrestling show right there.
There
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
they're totally booked. Yeah, and although card stuff doesn't change. So let's talk Lion King. You want to talk Lion King?
Well, it says so. Yes, I'll do it. Not me,
After the
'cause-
murder of his father, Mufasa, a young lion Simba flees his kingdom only to learn the true meaning of responsibility and bravery. Starring the voices of Donald Glover, Beyonce Knowles, Seth Rogen, James Earl Jones, Chiwetel Ejiofor. I'm glad I went because you would have butchered that name. John Oliver, Billy Eichner, Eric Andre, Keegan-Michael Key, and not me or Dutch, sadly, as Pumbaa.
That was Seth Rogen.
So now you didn't see this, right?
I told you I'm not watching any of these remakes this year.
Even Mulan, which looks different.
I will watch Mulan, which is next year. I believe.
So you're all wrong.
It's
about
next
any.
year, though. I told you I'm not. I said this year. If it's coming out
Oh.
this year, I'm not watching any of them.
Mulan's next year.
I think it's next year.
Okay.
So
And Dizzle, have you seen Lion King?
I have not, but I will. It
All
looks
right.
good. What is
Well-
it? It's made over $1 billion already or something? Or
Something
getting
like
close?
that. I do have the box office later. I think, although I think that is domestic. So I guess I'm the only one here that can talk about Lion King. I went with my father and my beautiful little 4-year-old niece. 4? Yeah, that sounds right. I liked it, guys. It is a beautiful film to look at. Everything it is lifelike here. If you took a still image and you just showed someone and said, "Hey, this is from National Geographic," they'd probably believe you. But here is the downfall here, and this is why Dutch has pretty much no interest, you've seen this movie. You've seen 90% of this movie. If anything, it takes away a couple parts here because I think the director Jon Favreau has said like a couple songs here and there, a little too kiddish,
What,
maybe.
He just can't wait to be king. That one's not in there. I don't know.
No, that is in there.
Oh, that's
No.
in there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of kiddish.
But there's no Zazu singing "Lovely Bunch of Coconuts." The distraction song by Timon and Pumbaa is taken out. Little things here and there.
Who's Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen is a Pumbaa. Yeah.
Yeah, there's your text.
Oh, a huge cast here. I mean, of course, they had the money for it, and everyone was playing here. One thing I do like, probably the show stealers for me actually were Rogen and Billy Eichner as Timon and Pumbaa. They have the best laughs in this movie. And actually, what's cool about it is, unlike a lot of animated films, they actually do record their voices together. If you look at the footage, it's actually them in the same place doing it. So they were literally,
And that's what you
for
told
once,
me.
got to riff off each other instead of it just being, hey, record your dialogue and we'll get your partner to record it, days or months later.
But you told me what they did in the very beginning of this film was they showed a trailer of the film before they.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
I
I don't
don't know
understand.
if that happened for everyone because I even legitimately thought like, did I walk into the wrong theater? Because it wasn't just one of those like 5-second ones. It was pretty much a full length trailer, so that was weird. That's something that I know me and you agree. I don't even like the new thing they're doing, which is like a 10-second trailer
Yeah.
before the 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it at all. I know you even hate when it's like, hi, I'm so and so, star of this movie, and like they show
And
clips
then they show
then.
clips of the movie. They did that with what was it? Mission Impossible. They did that with Mission
Yeah.
Impossible, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't want to know what happens. I'm in the middle of wanting to watch this movie, but yeah, you can do this, and so that's what I was just upset for you if that's what they did, and I apologize.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's hard to know. I would love to know. Comment below if this happened to you as well in another state. We're in Florida here. Yeah, because I'm just interested if this happens all aboard, or if this just happened to be a weird thing. B&B theaters is where I went for this one, and so yeah, like I said, I mean, in a way, if you've never seen the first one, you cannot argue this is not a pretty well-made movie that has some heart, that has a decent voice cast, that has it's beautiful. It loses a little bit of emotion because I think it's trying to play up the seriousness. Like even Timon and Pumbaa, as I said, they had some really funny lines, but like there's just no real animation to the faces because I guess the logic was like, well, they wouldn't be all animated,
Yeah, because they have their
So
natural
I just
looks.
think it just loses a little bit of that luster and that fun from the first one. Even the hyenas, again, wonderful pairing of Keegan-Michael Key and Eric Andre. They're not as goofy purposely. You know what I mean? They played it up in a different way. Like Eric Andre's always getting too close to Keegan-Michael Key. Sounds space. But like they're a lot more goofier in the first one. They took away that goofiness because they just wanted to be more serious. Although again, it's a good film. If you have little ones, I think they will enjoy it and be pretty taken by it. I'm gonna give it an even 3. Like I said, it's a good movie. It is repetitive. I still probably will choose the first one because it's hard to say otherwise. 'Cause the first one is my childhood. It came out when I was 5 and whatnot. I had it on VHS. If you don't know what that is, Google it. And yeah.
Hey, look, I got a shirt that represents that.
Well, cut to the camera then, because you're just showing
yeah,
us on a video podcast.
Oh, shoot, man.
Well, that's all
You
right.
can't even see it.
Yeah, you can, but that's
But at any rate,
It's what do we got here? VHS, a floppy disk,
they're welcoming
cassette, and film.
They're
Oh,
welcoming
the
film to the
Delta
group.
film. The Delta film is what they're trying to say.
Film is right here. He's part of
Yeah.
the group now.
Yeah, I read an interesting article. People were confused about what the Red Room was in Stranger Things this past season. It was a dark room. They were developing film, and no one knew what that was. A lot of people are like, what is with this dark red room? I'm not sure. Why is there a red bulb? No one understood. So
we had one in my high school. I wonder where what we did with that. Even we barely used it in my high school though. It was mostly used to make out in because it was
What?
It was
had
in like
art-
a separate room, and then it was a separate room on a separate room
see, we
that
had-
like you could also block off, and I don't know. Anywho,
we had artsy guys and guys and gals at our school. And
yeah, we also the drama teacher also gave us the keys to the auditorium. What a moron!
Absolutely.
Uh,
The next movie we're going to go over, I went to watch this the other night.
Not inviting me.
Well, I didn't know. I couldn't remember where we
You didn't
stood on
invite
it.
anybody.
I didn't invite anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
the movie is called Crawl. Yeah, we're late to the party, and that's all that
you can cut to him at any time, Dizzle.
A young woman.
But
while
you're so much better
attempting-
looking.
No one's denying that, baby.
I mean,
is it the oldie
I'm gonna
cap?
cut to Jordan and I while he gives us some background information.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't
And then
matter.
we'll switch right over to him.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. Most people listen to this in their cars. A young woman, while attempting to save her father during a Category 5 hurricane, finds herself trapped in a flooded house and must fight for her life against alligators. This is basically a very limited cast. You had Kaya, God, I'm going to butcher this last name. Kaya Shadolera. Barry, yeah, told you, Del Rio.
You did worse than I thought you would. Like you just
Skull
skipped letters.
Del Rio.
I think that's a little bit better. Like you added letters and took away letters your first
You
time.
know, when we do the drinking episode, this is going to be bad for all of us.
Where was this filmed at?
This actually, believe it or not, no, it was not filmed in Florida. It was filmed in Serbia.
In Serbia.
Yes, they got a Serbia, and I believe it was also a Quebec Canada credit as well. So yeah, Serbia is, I believe, where they filmed it, which I thought was kind of crazy. But it also has Barry Pepper and directed by Alexandra Aja or something. Asia. Whatever. This film, I'm gonna just
Give it to us.
I'm just gonna give it to you right now. It kept a theme. Gators. Okay, she swims for the University of Florida. If you don't know who the University of Florida is, they're the Gators. So she swims for the Gators of the state. And so she goes home. She doesn't hear anything about it from her parent. So she goes home to see where he's going. He's not at his apartment. So she goes to the old house that supposedly is up for sale because they got a divorce. And he's underneath that house. Mind you, there's a basement. There is a basement in this Florida house. I've never seen one. I understand crawl spaces, but this is a full-on basement under a house in Florida, which I've never seen. So I'm thinking this is completely crazy to begin with.
Good thing they filmed it in Serbia.
Yeah, because they weren't going to get flooded in. But again, of course, with the Class 5 coming, it starts to get a little more perilous. So they get stuck under the basement. Then they got to get out. The director was a good choice because he does Piranha in 3D. He's good with some of these things, but at the end of the day, I just felt it was.
Quick correction: this was Piranha Double D.
Oh, are you sure it was Double D? No?
Absolutely, that was the whole joke.
I thought it was in 3D too.
It was, but it was called Double D because get it, boobies.
Yeah, I don't really care. It was Piranha. So
I got to make sure I catch up on that one. Now I think I got to see that show.
Now you got to see it. Anyway, so at the end of the day, we're gonna just say, Crawl, 1.5 snowflakes. Not even worth your time or effort or energies to watch it. There you go.
What about this? The acting, was she any good?
She did what she could with the script. It's just it's just really a bad film. It's just a bad film.
Okay, let me do something.
There's a lot of holes that I could plug in, but I haven't ruined any of the actual things that take place during the film. I can go through it if you really want me to.
Hold on for a second. Actually, since we're here, let me see what The Lion King. So The Lion King is right at $1 billion exactly.
Yeah.
All right, and then
So we're gonna
Crawl.
Yeah.
Hold on, where are we at with Crawl? Well, 13. They've made some money here.
Yeah, it was $5 to make, so I'm certain.
No one's hearing anything you're saying, but cool.
Yeah, 13 million. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but yeah, it's a bad movie. There was only 2 other people in this theater that actually held 10 or 15 chairs. So that's basically where it's at right now. It's on the way out. So go watch it if you really need to.
Next up, we had the very much anticipated, definitely going to blow Dora the Explorer out of the water money-wise, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, he's got a lot of hopes on that one.
A faded TV actor and his stunt double strive to achieve fame and success in the film industry during the final years of Hollywood's golden age in 1969 L.A., starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Timothy Olyphant, Emile Hirsch, Dakota Fanning, Julia Butters, Al Pacino, Bruce Dern, Mike Moe, and Luke Perry, amongst others like Harley Quinn Smith and Rumor Willis. And
Look, I couldn't add everybody in the freaking movie.
Clifton
on the
Collins
rundown.
Jr. and
Yeah, no.
Michael Madsen.
Yeah, but
and
no one cares that they because they're brief, and I just thought I would go after the ones who actually made an impact.
and Mel Gibson. No.
Damn,
what do you think, Dutch?
He wasn't he Charles Manson? Mel Gibson? No, that wasn't. No, that wasn't him. Okay, I thought it was.
What do you think, Dutch? I wasn't even sure if you were going to see this because you're weird
I
sometimes.
called you out of the blue, and I said, I've not been to the movies because I skipped The Lion King, and I said I haven't been to the movies in a while.
Let's be honest. You texted me.
Yeah, but I spoke to you nonetheless. Texting is speaking, and I said,
No.
let's go to the movies, and this is the one I want to watch. And you're like, really? And I go, yeah, I'm all in. And so let's do it. So we went. It was a ho-hum movie. It had its moments. It was not Quentin Tarantino's greatest achievement of film yet. He has one more to go, and then he's retiring supposedly. So hopefully,
Even when I see it.
hopefully number 10 is going to be the bomb. Maybe that'll be Star Trek, and then he can leave.
No, I doubt he'll leave on Star
But
Trek.
right now, though, I think what it is another Tarantino niche type of film where he gloms on to a certain time, and he's like he always does. He just goes backwards and he can never make anything really in the present tense because it just doesn't feel right.
Jackie
for him.
Brown was present.
But it had a 70s vibe. I'm saying if you could make a movie that doesn't have a vibe of a certain feel, then that's what it shouldn't. It shouldn't be that way. To me, this was a decent film, but it wasn't the greatest of all time. I thought the acting really, the film really goes to Brad Pitt, in my opinion. His
Brad Pitt did great. I
his
agree with
character
that.
was.
I really liked seeing him.
Yeah,
I'm going to agree and disagree.
he was just, to me, I thought he was the man in the film. He held his own against everybody, including Michael Moe, who, by the way, that scene is unbelievable. Michael Moe, who plays Bruce Lee. I'm not going to ruin anything for that because I just do like that scene. So watch that. To me, that's my favorite scene of the whole film. And especially with Kurt Douglas, who shows up during that scene along with his wife, who I can't remember, not Kurt Douglas, Kurt Russell. Apologize to everybody, especially Kurt Russell, because he would not have been able to speak properly in the film if it was Kurt Douglas. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a good movie. I'll give you my rating after I hear from you and from Dizzle himself, because he went to go watch it as well.
I watched it last night.
I enjoyed it a little bit more than you did. I do understand when you say ho-hum. I don't know if it's ho-hum as much as it's a sections of these guys' lives. And there's not necessarily a cohesive, tight plot here. There's not too much of a driving force other than just spending some moments, some scenes here with DiCaprio and Pitt, some scenes here with DiCaprio and Pitt. I think Margot Robbie was sadly very underused, actually. Yeah. You start to get her character, and then she just disappears for chunks of it. And yeah, I felt like she had much more to give, and what she does is very good, but there's just not enough of her. I think Pitt's definitely really good in it. I go with DiCaprio, though. I just thought he had much more depth to his character. Pitt's kind of this one. He is this character from the beginning to end, but at the same time, I just thought DiCaprio had more interesting stuff to do.
Well, I thought the scene with Julia Butters, the child actress on Lancer.
Oh, that's who that was.
Yeah,
I was looking at the cast going, who's Julia Butters?
Hopefully we'll see more of her too, because we've called it before on the show. Where we could look at actors and actresses and say that one is going to make it big. She can make it big too.
Yeah, she can if she wants.
She held a great. She held her own with
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio in the scene.
Arguably one of, if not the best guy going today.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty good. You any more thoughts on it before we toss it over?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, man, I liked it more than you, man. It's not my favorite Tarantino. I think his last, I would say this is to me on par with Hateful Eight, but I kind of like Hateful Eight more than a lot of people.
Oof, yeah.
So I guess obviously you.
Yeah, Hateful Eight.
Have you seen
Hatefully
it?
Bad. Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. It's
Hatefully
not.
Bad. I hated it.
Oh, what a wonderful Clever pun.
Yeah.
What about you, Dizzle? What are your thoughts on?
I liked it. Hold on, real quick on Hateful Eight. What you didn't care to get to the end of that movie?
No, I was really asleep through some of it. It was a long movie. It was a movie that
It
just
did drag a little bit.
it stayed there
bit,
for a
but
long time. We talked about that with
They're
this
all
one,
long, it
where
seems, though.
yeah, there's some time you could cut about 20 minutes out of most films that Tarantino makes, and it would be probably a little bit more. Yay!
What about the soundtrack on Hateful Eight? Did you like from the beginning when they?
Yeah,
were
I thought the
coming
soundtrack was good. That's the good thing about Tarantino films. And I'm going to tell you, I listened to the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood soundtrack, and actually, I'm going to rate that one higher than the film. So that's the difference. The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood soundtrack is great if you want to listen to it. It's fun. It captures, I think, just the essence of the early 70, 69, 70, which this film was 69, so it was right near the beginning of the 70s. You can see the influence of music during that period. And I like the music selections, and Tarantino's been good at that. Look at Reservoir Dogs soundtrack. Look at Pulp Fiction soundtrack. Look at Jackie Brown soundtrack. Look at all his soundtracks. They're unbelievably good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I enjoyed this one. I don't think it's his best work, but I'm gonna watch it again. I liked it, but I like these guys. I love Caprio and.
I agree that I do want a second viewing myself.
Right.
Let me ask you guys this: some people have a problem with this. Some like it. The ending,
The Revisionist?
not just the revisions, just in general, the tone, and just. I don't want to give it away because, unlike some people, I don't like to give spoilers for movies. I don't know.
Well, no,
It's weird. It's just me.
if you've watched Jimmy Kimmel, they talk about it as well as a revisionist. So
No, I know.
But,
Yes, but that's
you
not.
know,
That's
and
not
I
even.
didn't- and
That's
I
not
didn't-
even what I'm asking. I'm talking about the extremes they go to
I liked it. I liked the ending.
on the mic.
I didn't have any problem with it.
it pepped me up. I like that scene. I like the whole scene from the beginning to whenever it started.
I think in our theater, you could hear the people behind us going, "Oh."
Yeah. They some people took it a little too like, oh, geez, because it does do a little tonal switch. It does switch gears real quick. For it goes crazy. We'll just say that.
So what do you give it, Dutch?
I'm gonna give it 3. The soundtrack I get 4.5.
Bump one up for me. I'm giving it a solid 4.
And Dizzle, what do you?
There's a 5 out of 5 flakes. What are you flaking it?
Let's take it. I'm gonna go 3.5.
3.5.
All right,
3.5.
So we're all not too far off from each other. Literally a 3, 3.5, and a 4 from your men here at a show about shows.
I enjoyed it though. I liked it.
Yeah.
But I like Tarantino, and I love
Yes.
the cast, and I like the whole scene. I love California. I love LA. I love the whole vibe and all that. And, and it was a good little spin.
Now, I know we talked about it off air earlier. Dizzle, me and Dutch have a bet. And that bet is Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood will make more money at the box office than Dora the Explorer.
I'm taking the Dora. Of course, over.
How much did they make this Dora the Explorer for?
I do not know.
That's not what we're going by
I'm
anyway.
not going to go by that. I'm going by the pure money that's going to come in.
Yeah,
from
what makes
kids.
more at the box office is the question.
The kids are going to come and watch it easily. I mean,
And would it be the first one, dude? Missing Link didn't make much money.
Yeah, the difference though. There was a difference. They didn't have a niche market. Not nostalgia. We're nostalgia mining now in Hollywood, so we're gonna do a lot of nostalgia mining, and you're gonna see, Dora the Explorer open up. I'm gonna even go crazy. I'm not gonna bet on the opening, but I'm gonna say it beats Tarantino's opening by at least $3 million.
Oh, that's not even that brave of a statement.
That is too.
I thought you were going to make a way braver statement than
Let me
that.
ask you this.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go $10 million higher.
Is
That's
Dora
brave.
going to open up internationally, or are we just talking about
We're just
States?
talking domestic and states.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I think that we're gonna see that is gonna do a great job, for the Dora the Explorer.
Are you revisiting Aziz?
Yes, I had a chance to. You gave it I can't remember what you gave it, a 3 or 3.5,
Giving it a 4.
a 4. I'm not. I don't have my stats with me. I apologize. I usually try to keep them around with me. But no, I had a chance to watch this stand-up special, this stand-up film.
Aziz Ansari's right now.
Right now, available on Netflix. I fell asleep.
And when is it available? Right now.
I fell asleep. the parts I did see were fine. It kind of drones. I don't know. I remember you saying that it does kind of go a little serious or whatever, but it felt like more of a lecture at the end. The last 20 minutes, I all I remember is all of a sudden a lot of audience members going off, and I shouldn't even come off. And I tried to watch it again, and I kept falling asleep in that one spot every time. I give it a shot. I tried to watch it twice, and I fell asleep both times in the exact same spot. So I'm gonna give it because it's not as good as his old other stand up. When he's all dressed up in a suit moving around. But I know this is the reason. It was a repackage of him. So I'm gonna go with a mediocre 2.5. It was a thumbs down for me on Netflix, but a 2.5 on the revisit.
Yeah, I definitely liked it a lot more than you. Obviously, I didn't mind the bit of a.
I like the first part.
Introspectiveness.
I like the R. Kelly jokes.
Yeah.
That he made. But yeah, at the end of the day, I know you have a few more that I didn't get a privy to, but that's cool because I'm fine with that. But what do you got for us, boss? What movies you got for us that we didn't get?
No, I just got one more I want to talk about because I caught it on demand. I saw it was on there. I was like, oh yes,
What is it?
Stan and Ollie.
I keep looking at it, and is it worth me pulling the trigger? Tell me.
I'll tell you here. I'll give you a quick review here.
Do it.
It's Steve Coogan, John C. Reilly, Danny Houston's in it as well, and they play Stan
and Laurel Hardy. Laurel Hardy and Stan. I can't remember what Stan and Hardy is.
Oh, who's Oliver?
Laurel. Oliver. I can't remember who they are. I just went blank completely. Laurel and Hardy.
You failed.
Laurel and Hardy. I think it's Stan, Laurel, and Oliver Hardy. I think, or maybe,
Yeah, that sounds right. All right.
or backwards. I can't remember.
No, that sounds right.
Yeah. So,
All right. Anywho, I don't know much of the actual older act. I'm an Abbott Costello fan, and then I get a little bit later in the years with Some Like It Hot, Lucy. I don't know Laurel and Hardy though.
Yeah.
But I did love this movie. I really did.
John C. Reilly seems like he put on a good show in that.
Everyone here is really good, man. Yeah, John C. Reilly is really good. Unfortunately, I think it just happened to be one of those movies that kind of fell under the radar, so there wasn't really any, contender love. I mean, if you even look up, the real theatrical release was in January.
Yeah.
So, which unfortunately that's not a little bit past usually when they pay attention to these films, unfortunately. But I just really dug this film. It's about performing, the love of performing. It's about friendship. It's about fights. There's even some of the love stuff with them and their wives. I just thought this was a really sweet, well-written, well-performed movie.
So this is a movie based on our friendship.
Yeah, but there's a lot less F words. A lot less F words.
Yeah, a lot less F words. But we have a love, hate, and great time to each other on and off the camera. So that's how that works.
We don't have beautiful wives though backing us up as well. But
Well,
this is later on in their lives though.
That's
so
when they had the
give it a few
moolah.
years.
That's when they had the moolah.
I think they're both. I know definitely Coogan's character is divorced like a couple times.
Yeah, well, you can only rock the Hitler stash,
Yeah.
post 44 after a while.
But even seeing they recreate some of the bits too, and they're super old school but really funny bits as well. I actually enjoyed the bit parts as well. Them at the train station going in and out looking for each other, and there's a doctor scene and whatnot with an egg. And yeah, I was really charmed by this film. I really was, and it's another one that I'm gonna give 4 flaky flakes too.
Yeah, I have a feel if I watch it, it'll probably be up in that range. So I'm gonna probably have to.
I enjoyed it. I do recommend checking that one out whenever you can. Like I said, it was free because it was if you have HBO or Showtime, one of those actually has it now. So if you have HBO or Showtime,
I have HBO, so I'll probably find
look it up. So yeah, it might have been like I said, I can't quite remember.
I'm hoping it's on.
It was one of the
HBO.
premium channels, and yeah.
Yeah, Showtime. If it's on Showtime, I'll probably have to get the VOD or something.
Well, Dutch, this is your brainchild. Tell
Yeah.
us about the next segment making its debut.
It's called "What You Watching." So basically what we're doing is just checking in on each other. What you watching other than movies? What you watching? That's how I look at it. What you watching? It could be a new TV show. It could be an old TV show. It could be stuff that you just watched just because you just felt like watching it the other day. I don't know. You've been watching stuff there, Ryan?
Yes, I have. Lawrence of Arabia. and I really enjoyed it. I watched Lawrence of
Peter
Arabia.
O'Toole rocking the headscarf
Yeah.
back in the day. I do love that film, by the way. It's shot
Yeah.
beautifully.
Wait, I thought
It
you said
is.
TV shows.
Well, no, it could be anything he watched on TV just recently.
All right, Lawrence of
Oh.
Arabia.
What am I watching on my tablet? I can't talk
The
about it.
Sound
No.
of Music. The Sound of Music.
See,
I gotta
he's
get me one of
rocking
them
old
bo-
school.
I
lately.
gotta get me one of them boat whistles. To
the boat
te-
whistle?
command my family around a little bit. So no, that The Sound of Music, and then what do I watch? I camp out on YouTube a lot. I watch on YouTube. I watch Film Culture. Or whatever.
Did you ever watch a show
Actors
about
Round
shows
Table,
as well?
Directors Round Table.
show
The
about shows. Yeah, you watch that as well. Okay, good.
when I'm not streaming it live. But yeah, that and it's anything to do with film. I'm there.
Jordan, what do you got for us?
I recently I showed you a picture. I recently have gone DVD and Blu-ray shopping at the Dollar Tree because I love cheap films.
Yeah, you got a hell of a haul too.
I got a good haul. I'm trying to think of what I got that was pretty good because there was several of them that were good. I mean, Wet Hot American Summer with a collectible cover
And mind you, don't
on
forget
Blu-ray.
that just fits in with the Deja Vu segment for next week.
Deja Vu. Yeah, if anyone needs to borrow it,
Yeah, we
I
got
have
that.
it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, you got it on Blu-ray.
There's a Dollar Tree. Everything is $1, and they've check your local Dollar Tree now because they have been coming in with new DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah, Mike and Dave's wedding.
Mike and Dave Wedding Day. It's a pretty
yeah,
funny
the-
movie,
yeah,
worth
the-
$1.
Yeah, that's worth.
Pop Star, which funny enough, I already owned, but I thought for $1 I needed to buy it again.
Just in case the other one happens.
In case
to
the
be
other one
going
goes
away.
that way, or you know what, it'll be a gift someday. I'll put it in my little Royal Rumble packages or whatever.
There you go.
Carrie, the new Carrie on Blu-ray. But the one I'm going to talk about because it was one I had never seen, and it was definitely worth no more than $1. It was a movie called Noobs with a Z.
I saw that. I couldn't figure out what the hell it was.
Jason Mewes from Jay and Bob, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Casper Van Dien, John Grease, Bill Bellamy. It's bad. The jokes are outdated. There's a whole thing about, one of the friends might be gay. And absolutely hated the main character. He's nothing but like a horrible douche to his girlfriend. He's horrible to his friends. He's not fun. He's not funny. And he's the main character. It was also a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know, 07, 2012, 2010. Hey, right in the middle of my two guesses. So, like I said, no more worth than $1, though it did come with the digital copy. So,
Well, there you go. So
I
it's
have
now
it
on
now
your
in two
voodoo.
formats.
It's on your voodoo now.
Hey, I also found Independence Day 2-disc Blu-ray. That was cool, too. So, some worthy, some not. Let's see what else. Oh, here's some good stuff, though, on the TV front. Streaming news. Not news, but stuff I've been watching on the streaming. I've been watching some more Love, Death, and Robots. I think we talked about how
Yeah,
it
we
was
talked about
renewed.
that. Was in your top 10, I think.
Yes, I've been rewatching a couple of those from the earlier ones. Like I said, I think it's a really fun show. Different animation styles, different genres each show. It's really cool. That's one of my favorites, I think. Yeah, that's like episode 2 or so. There's a really funny talking cat in that one as well with the robots. It's not the last time you see cats in this show, too, and I'm a sucker for cats. And then finally, newer one just popped out. I've been watching The Boys on Amazon.
Yeah, I want to talk
know
about that. I've been watching that.
a lot of my boys have enjoyed it. My brother Don, my friend Dre, who wrestles for RPW. I've heard nothing but good things. I enjoyed it. It's a neither unique tale in the superhero genre. It's best way to
I'm
put
halfway
it
through.
is we're actually further than I am, to be honest with you. I'm episode 3 or so I'm just in the first
Wait till
couple
you get
hours.
episode 4. 4 is going to flip your mind.
4
Trust
is
me.
gonna flip my mind.
You've already gotten flipped.
So
wait
far,
till,
I mean,
till it flips it a little
Your
bit
mind's
more.
flipped the first 10 minutes of episode 1.
Episode 4 will flip the crap out of your
All
head.
right, I'll probably
literally.
get there tonight, man. This is one that I can tell will be a not everything for me personally. I'm not always a binge guy. I sometimes I'll even Daredevil. I was like, oh, that's a great episode, and I watch the next one maybe a few days later. Give myself some space. This is one I think I will binge though, and now that you said 4, I'll at least get halfway for sure. It's a unique tale. The best way to put it, if you don't know what it's about, it's like Justice League or Watchmen. Well, let's say it's like Justice League, but most of them are just douchebags behind the scenes.
Well, I look at it this
horrible
way.
people behind the
this,
scenes.
This is how I look at it.
Yeah,
they
let me
are.
tell me.
They're like they're superheroes where we're all now looking at these superheroes of their gods, their icons, but at the same time, as you said, they're only in it for fame. They're only in it for themselves. They're not in it for the actual good. Maybe one or so might be in it for the good. We don't really know all together what's going on with that yet. But I got to tell you, I agree with you. So this is a must-watch to watch. If you're a fan of anything, it's dark, it's fun.
Yeah, it's dark. It's not meant for your kids. Don't bring in TV.
This is the anti-superhero film type show. Carl Urban, unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him in something good again.
You know, he's done some great shows, but they just keep canceling them.
Yeah,
so this
Almost
one,
Human,
Almost
maybe?
Human was unbelievably good, and they cut it. And you're like, I want more.
I always wanted more too of Dredd.
Yes,
he was interesting in that.
Yeah.
The concept was interesting too.
Yeah, and I, I'm with you though. Carl Urban though is like the standout.
Bones from the Star Trek films.
Yeah, Bones McCoy. You know, he's just, the character that he portrays is just unbelievable. Everyone in that knows their role and they play it so well.
I do enjoy the main human character as well.
Yeah.
He's a good sympathizing character.
Yeah.
And his special guest star Simon Pegg.
Oh yes, Simon Pegg is in it. He plays the total opposite of what you would think. Anybody would ever think he would play, and it works for him. I mean, he plays just a modest.
No, he's just a damn good actor. Yeah.
He's just a modest father.
He's kind of the meek. He's kind of the meek dad so far, at least as far as that.
As far as I'm cutting.
He's the meek dad of the main character who. Well, I can't even tell you what happened to the main character.
All we can say about him is that he's the kind of father who says it's best just to take the crap and just let it just be there, because why fight?
You're a nice boy. Sit down. Watch Remington Steele with me.
Yeah. Why would you fight? When you can just sit down and just take it, and that's it. And that's how this. That's how his character, and so his son, who's the main draw on this to begin with, before Carl Urban shows up. That's the kind of attitude he has. He has a defeatist attitude right out the gate. And I think, hopefully we'll see him slowly build more confidence as it goes on. But like I said, though, when you get to episode 4, call me or text me and tell me what you thought, because it blows my mind.
Yeah, there's father and son right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and they both kind of have that kind of dorky attitude in the film, in the show as well.
So now, Dutch, I have to ask you this question.
Go for it.
What you watching?
Well, as you know, I've been watching The Boys. So that's been taken up. And I've started season 6.
Enough of that.
Season 6 of Downton.
Trying to get him.
Abbey. Downton Abbey. I'm on season 6, Downton Abbey, getting ready for the big movie that comes out, I believe, in September. So I'm getting jonesed for Downton Abbey. I haven't watched the preview for Downton Abbey for the film yet, because I'm afraid to get spoilers. The show's been off.
Give them to everybody else.
No. Well, I'll give everybody the film, but when you're watching TV series, you don't want to know, because it's a period piece. You don't want to know who dies during the series run. Don't you dare do that to me. But yeah. So, but all in all, I've been watching Downton Abbey. I've been looking at a little bit more of Agusa Suko, the one about the red panda, who likes death metal still. I think, I've tried to give Toucan and Polly, I think it's called, Toucana and Polly.
Toucana Birdie?
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, Birdie.
News coming about that soon.
And I'm not a very big fan of that. I've tried my best. I think Tiffany Haddish is just a bad voice actress. Along with a bad actress, I think.
You ain't ready.
Yeah. That's how I just don't care. Oh, also watched a few more David Letterman live David Letterman shows.
What's his?
It's my next guest. My next guest needs no introduction or something like that. I still love it. I don't want to lose any of it, so I keep watching. Now the only 2 I have to watch now on that whole episodes is the one with Tiffany Haddish and Zach Galifianakis, 2 people who I cannot stand.
Oh, you want to know something funny?
What?
I watched the Zach Galifianakis one.
Yeah, see, I was going to, but I'm like, I just can't do it. Also, I watched Comedians in Cars with Coffee, the new season.
They're all great. Both those. I think the Letterman
Yeah.
and Seinfeld.
I can't get into Letterman. I never have, and I still don't.
Really?
I don't get it.
I just love this style
Personally.
of. Yeah, it's more candid, and he seems to be enjoying himself a lot more than his television show.
Yeah.
Yes, he enjoys it. And if you go,
I don't see it.
And what I like about it is I like it when they take him off stage. When they take him off stage and they put him out in the real world with the guest, or he's learning something new. You can see the
That
fun.
might be the problem with the Galifianakis one because it's nothing but the stage.
Oh, okay. Because see, sometimes if you watch the one with Cayenne West, I just finished and I was like, ugh.
Kanye?
Cayenne Pepper is what I call him, but Cayenne West is.
Kanye.
I'm not gonna say it. I've always said it my way, and I'm gonna always say it my
Why
way.
didn't you like that one?
No, I was. I'm not a very big fan of
There's a woman
his,
here.
but I did watch it, and I enjoyed every inch of it. Yes, we're gonna check up on us. What movies that we like so far for 2019? The top 5 movies that we've watched. So I'm gonna call it a midsummer checkup because that's what we're doing. We're checking it up in
I
midsummer.
disagree with how you named it. It's the best of 2019 so far.
Yeah, it's just the checkup because it's not the final list. It's not going to be my final list. I can tell you that.
The final list of so far because we're not going to do so far again.
We're not going to watch anymore.
No, so far. So far.
Oh, okay. I'm confused. But anyway, I'm confused in my own segment at this point. But
Start off. What you got? What's your
I
honorable mention?
you know what? I'm going to give you
Number
my
5.
my honorable mentions. So I'm going to give you number 10, Shaft. Number 9, Dead Don't Die. Number 8, Rocket Man. Number 7, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Number 6, Cold Pursuit. And here's my number 5, Changeland. So there you go. So far, Changeland is my number 5.
He's saving that beach bum for number 1.
I'm not sure about that. I haven't seen it yet, but it probably wouldn't make it in the top 10 so far.
I still think that's going to win costumes of the year at the Oscar.
Well, we're going to have to put some money down on this later, but that they'll even get nominated. But no, I'm going to go with Changeland as my number 5 movie so far of the year. That's with Seth Green, Brockenmeyer. Right, Breckenmeyer. Okay, I'm Brockenmeyer.
Brockmeyer.
Brockmeyer's a great show.
Everybody, Brockmeyer.
Yes, and I'll just do what I want to do. That's Randy Orton and Brenda Song, Macaulay Culkin. To me, it was a good film and it hit pretty well for me, as we discussed before. It's actually a pretty high score on my reviews this year. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Changeland, number 5. What do you got there, Mister?
Well, so far we're good for not repeating because I have none of yours in my top 10.
Thank God.
10 through 5 are completely different for me. My number 10 is Long Shot. Number 9, How to Train Your Dragon 3, Hidden World. Number 8, Fighting with My Family. Number 7, Captain Marvel. Number 6 is Shazam. And my number 5 is Jordan Peele's second directorial effort in Us. Just a really tight, scary, claustrophobic, good film. Lupita Nyong'o. Forgetting the husband's name for some reason, but
yeah,
I think Lupita's just fantastic in this. It's a fun watch. It's even a decent rewatch, and yeah, I just thought it's good to look at. He's got a right tone down, and I look forward to the rest of Jordan Peele. Dizzle, do you have a number 5?
Number 5, Beach Bum.
All right, what's your number 4, Jim?
Okay, number 4. This was a tough one, really. It was between 2 other movies, but I'm gonna go with Booksmart. It made me laugh. It's just one of those movies that so far it's held its own in my head. So I will go with Booksmart, directed by Olivia Wilde. Can't remember any of the other people in there. I just went blank. But yes.
I remember the old people: Jason Sudeikis, Lisa Kudrow,
Thank you.
Will Forte.
Yeah,
None of the main stars, though. The kids. Sorry, you're all fantastic in it.
Who's Carrie Fisher's kid's name? Help me out. I can't remember. I wanted to remember her name to save my life, but she's in it too, and I like it. I like her the best. She was a great standout in the film, even though I suck at names. But this is not the drinking game. That'll happen later on in another episode.
My number 11, by the way. So I like Booksmart as well.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. What did you got for me at number 4?
My number 4 is John Wick 3 Parabellum, a movie which I had hoped would just be ballsy and fun from beginning to end. Gorgeous looking action scenes. I enjoyed Halle Berry kicking the most ass and being just it's great to see her back in something actually good.
Yeah.
And she does well. And I look forward to seeing maybe more from this universe.
We're gonna see more.
I don't have it in the news, but it looks like the Continental's definitely happening as a TV show. So,
and rumors are that Keanu may actually make an appearance.
and all I got to say to that is, whoa. That sounded more like.
But
the
we
other
don't know
dude.
because they say because it's gonna
prequel.
We'll get into this, but it might not even be a prequel. It'll probably either show before or after the film. That's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to.
Well, I read today it's a prequel.
So they may show him then earlier.
Yeah, he can pop it at any episode.
Yeah, so-
I'm on a mission.
Oh, so what do you got for us on number 4, Dizzle? Do you got a
Number 4, Dizzle. What's your number 4?
My honorable mention will also be Once Upon a Time. I'm gonna put that up there just because I have enjoyed it so far. So I will go with Us for number 4.
Okay.
Smart man.
Smart man. You know what? Us didn't even make my top 5.
I was just saying.
But
sure
again,
it didn't.
it's still early in the year. Things move around a lot in my
It's not
time.
gonna do it. What do you got for 3?
Number 3, say my name, Shazam. That is my number 3. Probably
Dutch.
the one of the best DC
Dutch.
films. I don't know. You got the powers? You got the powers
Dutch.
of the Dutch? Because
Well,
I
you
gotta
wanted me to say his name.
Well, yeah. Say my name, Shazam.
Dutch.
Fantastic. Zachary Levi just captures the character as a man boy being a superhero. And the whole cast alone. It's just a great family film. Cheerful, happy, and I enjoy it. So that's my number 3 so far.
Yeah, fun film, made my top 10, so I'm not going to argue much here. My number 3, pretty recent. It's Thwip Thwip. Do you know what Thwip Thwip is?
The who?
Thwip Thwip?
Thwip.
Wait, hold on. Where am I? Thwip Thwip.
Oh, that's what
Spider-Man
you're calling.
Far From
That's what
Home.
you're calling. Okay, Thwip. I didn't know what we were talking.
Just a lot of fun here, man. Tom Holland, the whole cast. Jake Gyllenhaal. Can you say Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, Gyllenhaal.
Son of a bee. Seeing Mysterio on screen, I enjoyed it. I'm still on a high from these Marvel films, and
I know you are. You're
love
you're a
'em.
Marvel junkie.
I'm a good superhero movie fan junkie.
I am too. I
So-
just don't just slurp all the Marvel.
Oh, whatever. Hey, if they keep making them this damn good, then I will slurp away. What do you have for your number 3? Is that where we're at? 3?
Yeah, number 3.
Dizzles, number 3.
3.
As he just makes shit off the top of his head.
No,
Doesn't
he's
even
got
look
things
things
written
up.
down right here.
No, he doesn't.
I got
He's
a-
thinking about it.
I'm thinking about doing the switcheroo
Oh, okay,
here.
okay.
All right, let's go with Rocket Man, number 3.
Rockin' Man, not even in my top 10.
It actually was my number 11.
Oh, would you switch them?
That was the Shaft. Again, things go weird.
But you moved it up.
Well, I moved Shaft up. It was tied for number 10 technically. So Shaft against Rocket Man. I had to do a flip of the coin to get into the top
No,
10.
so Rocket Man was 9.
It was tied for 10.
What did it end up being?
It was number 11. I told you it was in the top 11.
Oh, was it?
Rocket Man was number 11 in my top 11. If you were to go 11.
Oh, you did 11 choices?
No, I had a tie for 10. And so when you
But
do
you
a tie,
said Rocket Man when you were doing your top 10. You said Rocket Man.
Yeah, but I had to flip a coin in the. I never said I had it in my top 10. I said it was a tie in the top 10. Oh, my number 2. Okay, I thought we were going to go for what we were going to do crazy. But no, we've already mentioned this film. Spider-Man Far From Home. I didn't really speak a lot on it. That was.
Wait a minute. You just made fun of me for slurping Marvel, and you had this higher.
I have it because I
Son
am.
of a bitch.
But I have DC and Marvel. I believe in both of the companies.
Yeah, they make good movies. Just
yeah.
happens in my top 10. I didn't
Well,
have
he's
it
in your top
that
10.
low.
It's just I personally, I'm not giving you crap. I'm just saying Captain Marvel. Come on.
Give me a little crap.
But but yeah, I'm just looking at the idea. I thought this was the best one, special effects wise. It just, to me, it was on par with a Doctor Strange type effects. I just loved it, the comic book feel, the pop that you almost broke my neck on with J. Jonah Jameson. And that's I'm just saying it happens, and there's a lot of pops.
Do I have to put a spoiler warning on this video? Dutch?
Yeah, go ahead. There's
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
what? Wait a minute. What? I always thought I always watched that backwards then, but no, I thought he just died at the end. But no, there was no spoilers that I gave. No, I don't. That's not a spoiler.
It's a huge spoiler.
Okay, fine. You know what? People got upset with Tom Holland for saying that Iron Man died. In Endgame.
Not the same.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the
No,
same.
it's a movie months later that they even admitted
been months
you can
later.
talk about it now. No, but you still don't talk about the end of that movie.
I didn't tell you what happened at the end. I
You
just said,
you still. That's like saying, "Oh, the Joker pops up in the next Justice League," but that's not a spoiler, and they never show him in the trailer. That would still be bad.
well, it made a lot of news. If you weren't on social media, then you're never gonna be anywhere in this.
My
business.
number 2, because even though we disagree, at the end of the day, Dutch, you got a friend in me.
What's that?
Oh, we're
have a
even,
friend?
Roper. Well, as long as I'm
You're friends?
Siskel and Ebert.
We have a friend.
My number 2 is Toy Story 4.
We're friends.
I loved it. Might have teared up. It's funny. It's emotional. It's probably one of the funnier ones too, actually, from a straight up laughing standpoint. Probably the funniest of the 4. And yeah, I just think it's a damn well made film. It's a film that I and many people thought might have been unnecessary, but at the end of the day, it's making my number 2 of
Yeah, I agree.
2019 so far.
I agree, and it's in my list somewhere. I just, like I said, my top 5 are going to be totally different at the end of the year. I know it's going to happen. It's going to change.
Maybe, I don't know.
I have a feeling. There's a lot of movies coming out that I really can't wait for.
And I've got a
What
feeling.
can't you wait for?
It's coming out.
I'm looking. I really am dying to see Joker.
Joker
I wanna
is
see
is
Joker,
out there. We also got Hobbs and Shaw coming up pretty soon. We got.
I don't see that making my top 10.
It's gonna. I'm not saying but
Maybe.
it's gonna be in the top 20, possibly.
Maybe.
And there's other ones such as what's the one the sequel to The Shining? That one looks pretty good.
Dr. Sleep with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Doctor Sleep. And then you have the hide and seek one, even though it's not hide and seek. What I'm bad with names this time.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not. Thank you. So that movie looks great. There's a lot of good movies that are coming out. So a lot of things will shuffle. Something that may be number 1 today, maybe number 5 tomorrow. It all depends on my mood.
Speaking of stuff that's out, Dizzle
What is your
hit us.
What's your number 2?
Spider-Man number 2.
There you go. So everyone loves
That was
Spider-Man.
decent. I liked it.
Yeah. So everyone likes number 2.
What's your number 1, Dutch?
Oh, we know what this one is. Everyone knows what number 1 is. If you follow this show,
Joe versus the volcano.
it's Joe versus the volcano, and then right after that, it's going to be John
Flash.
Wick 3. To me, it still holds up. I still love it. I can't wait for the 4th. I'm like the only one. I'm the one keeping it in the theaters to this day. So I can't wait. I'm gonna get on that. We're gonna talk about the Regal Pass. I could go watch it again on my Regal Pass, so I will be doing that first thing I can. So
I might join you for that.
yeah, I am. I'm all up in this.
I might join you for
I'm
that.
a John Wick enthusiast. So yes, I can't say anything more about it other than awesome sauce.
Well, you want to know what I think is the most awesomest movie that
Splash,
might still be number 1 at the end of the year?
Lion King.
Ladies and gentlemen, Avengers Endgame, baby. We fought about this last year with Infinity War. I'll fight you tooth and nail to it about Endgame. You have taken movies since 2008, nearly, bad at math, a decade now.
It's 10 years. 10 years.
Of these movies. So many characters.
70,000 films in 10 years.
And it's all come to a culmination here. This is the last movie for a couple of these major characters. No spoilers, although you did say one earlier. And it is just wonderful how they're able to balance it, find humor and heart, and just make you smile throughout it. Avengers Endgame is a damn well made film to a fantastic series of films where the worst film in the Marvel series is still pretty good. And I am slurping.
Do you have a towel so we can clean that chin up over there?
I am a little wet here in my mouth
He
with
is
the drool.
completely nothing but, you know.
Well, it is now. It's officially the biggest movie ever. Right?
It could be. Yes, it's
It is.
officially
It has
biggest film
defeated
ever.
Avatar and has made more money in the box office than any
Titanic,
movie
Avatar.
ever.
So you think their $4 billion purchase of Marvel's paid off?
I think they're
it's just-
pretty effing
Disney's
happy.
Oh,
made
okay,
more
good.
money in the first 6 months
Yeah.
than any other. Yeah, and they're still.
Well,
half
they
a
own
year.
70% of the damn distribution. So yes, they're going to make that money. It just kind of makes me nauseous still. That,
Why does it make you nauseous?
It's just, I just don't believe a studio should have that much power.
Oh, I agree with you.
You
there.
know, and that's what's happening. And I
No
know.
one-
Monopoly.
should have all that
Am I hearing you
power.
say Monopoly?
Yes, I hear. I'm going to say it. And Monopoly is what Disney is, and they need to be busted up. Plain and simple. Bust them up into two different divisions. So, Walt Disney, you have your entertainment industry, and you have your theme park industry, and then you have something else in the middle, the cruise industry that they have. So, you can just bust them up and make me happy. So what's your number? What's your number one, Diz? I don't.
My number one is going to be Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, that was last year.
Nope.
That was last
This
year.
was last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
Thank you for being prepared, as always.
Shit.
He really likes that movie. Though.
Sorry
He
about
watched it 4 times already this
All
year.
right.
But that's all right.
All right. Am I the last one?
Yeah, you're the last
Yep.
one.
Thank you for paying
I'm gonna
attention.
come. I'm gonna come. I'll come back. Come back to it. Let me shift some things around here. Well, then just slide me up here. My number one will be. Yeah. No. Let me think of something. Here.
You want to go with Vice? Because that was last year too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Want to do
yeah.
some news?
Do some news.
Yeah, we'll do some news and notable stuff.
All right, you got some stuff too.
No, I'm going to riff tonight with my news. I'm going to intermediately pepper things through.
Well, Venom 2 is looking for a new director, and some people in talks, including Travis Knight of Bumblebee, Rupert Wyatt of
I'll do Apollo 11. I'll do Apollo 11.
Okay,
All right.
we'll give you that.
All right. Give me that.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Jordan.
What happened there, Jordan? It looks like somebody shocked you with an electric taser.
You could have at least waited till I was done with my bit. You could have, right?
The camera on you anyway.
That's all right. You're good.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, now the camera's on you.
Venom 2 director, maybe Rupert Wyatt, maybe it's Andy Serkis, whatever. What do you got, Dutch?
Well, that was enthusiastic. So tell me what they filmed. Give me the options here. What do we got? We got Andy.
Oh, say that again?
We got options. So give me Andy.
There are
Andy-
different people in talks. You got Travis Knight, who did Bumblebee.
Okay.
You got Rupert Wyatt, who did Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
And then, oddly enough, Andy Serkis, the star of Rise of the Planet of the Apes, as well as Lord of the Rings, it's Gollum and shit. He's up for it, too.
I'm going to go with the Bumblebee dude. I like his movie making. I'm not sure more about the Gollum, in his movie making.
I'll disagree. I think Rise of the Planet of the Apes was a great looking movie, and I would totally like to see him do Venom, because I think Venom should be more sleeker than what Bumblebee is, was kind of more bright.
Yeah, but I think we could give this to the director on that. But, I'll go with you on that, though.
Here's something I know you're going to be excited about as well as I am. Netflix has renewed Big Mouth, the show from a series creator and star of multiple characters, Nick Kroll, for not 1, not 2, but 3 more seasons. So they're going in deep with Big Mouth, and I'm fine with that, man.
I love that. I love that show.
I'll argue season 2 is even better than season 1 to a degree. And yeah, just a great voice cast. You should even watch the announcement video from Nick Kroll. You think, oh, so they're all like different characters. Yeah, man. And Hormone Monsters and the Shame Ghost, Shame Wizard.
Yeah.
I love it. Show's coming to an end, though. Silicon Valley is filming. It's just about done filming its 6th and final season. We're going to see that in October.
Okay.
Sad to see it go. Good show.
I'm fine
I
with
believe
that.
they said only 7 episodes. Usually it was, I think, 8 to 10, but this one's only 7 episodes,
Well,
and they're done.
Maybe they just don't have a lot to say, and saying.
It might have been the scripts, might have been the timing too.
Yeah.
You mentioned this earlier. I don't know if you know this because you said you just started watching it, but Toucan Birdie's not coming back. Netflix
Oh,
is
I'm done
canceled.
watching it. Thank you, Netflix. I'm just done.
Yeah.
Why should I even give you any shot at watching it anymore?
Toucan Birdie will not be coming back for another season. I guess you said Tiffany Haddish in that. It looked like what from the creators of BoJack Horseman, at least same animation style. And here's one. This is not an old article, ladies and gentlemen. This is new news. Designated Survivor has been canceled again.
Who's going to pick it up?
But yeah, let's see. Maybe Hulu will give it a third life. Netflix brought it back for probably just one more season, I think, right?
Yeah, they brought it back, but they thought about maybe making it a little longer, but they just decided, you know what? Hey, we did what we can for it.
Yeah, so Designated Survivor will not be coming back again. This time, I think you're pretty safe to say it's dead. Here's what I'm excited about, even though I'm actually not that attached to any of the material, but from the little I know about it, I think it would make a better TV show than the movie that came out a few years ago. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy TV show is in development for Hulu. I think that's a good fit. I think Hulu's a good fit. And like I said, just knowing a little bit, and if you saw that movie with Martin Freeman from like 2006, not the greatest movie, but a lot of good concepts. I think that this is better suited for TV, a weekly TV show.
You know what? Speaking of Hulu, the book is great.
I know a lot of people go buy that book too. That's why I think it's better
I gotta
to
tell you,
make it a show.
Speaking of Hulu, though, Mindy Kaling's coming out with a new show, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. That starts actually the 31st, which is today. I think today, right? July 31st. It starts on Hulu tonight, and it looks like a very good movie. Andy McDowell actually shows up in this in the series, so that's a little nod to the past. So that's just a thought process. As we're talking about Hulu and them bringing shows aboard. This Mindy Kaling's show, based on the movie 4 Weddings and a Funeral, looks actually pretty sharp. It looks pretty funny.
Is it a TV show though?
There's going to be a TV series. Yes, it looks pretty good.
Mad Max looks like it's finally gonna get some damn sequels here.
Finally.
It made money. I loved Fury Road.
Yes.
I just that thing was beautiful and a really fun thrill ride. I guess there's been just a lot of legal disputes. I know
Who
the
owns
director
what?
George Miller thought what?
It's about who owns what.
Who owns what? There's also disputes over bonuses. Like he felt like he got screwed out of money from this or that. So it's been sadly just one of those movies that I think people want to see. The director wants to do it. The actors probably want to do it, but unfortunately, just there's contracts and legal things for everything. So we might finally be getting that going through now. Just a matter of actually filming finishing that script and finding the cast in the right time. There's still talks of doing a Furiosa movie, which Charlize Theron on her own, which I would also be down for. What if? Lots of news coming off of Comic-Con.
Oh, tons of
Mahershala Ali as Blade. They didn't even get to it, but they did hint that, yes, Mutants and X-Men are coming, and Black Panther will have a sequel in a few years and whatnot. I'm excited, though, for the show. They're going hard on the Disney Plus app. The one I'm excited about is What If? Something that I've actually said I believe on the show that I would love to see them do, and they're doing it now. It seems like a lot of the stories that we'll take, or all the stories from season 1 at least, will be stuff from the Infinity Saga.
So that'll be interesting.
They're going, and if you look at the casts that they got, it's all the actors that we already kind of know, as well as some new ones. But nothing crazy. Like you're not going to see X-Men yet or anything like that.
There's news coming out that Paramount Pictures is actually still going forward with the what we've all been wanting to see as a good Dungeons and Dragons film. And
Oh, yeah?
and I've been, as a geek, I've been waiting for a good one.
Are you saying 2000s D&D with Marlon Wayans is not that good? Also, a
Don't even
movie I
start.
own on the VHS.
Yeah, you probably got that for like $1, didn't you, at the dollar store? No.
No, I bought it at Blockbuster probably for $7 to $10.
Oh, I'm sorry, you overpaid.
I think I was a huge Marlon Wayans fan.
But guess who they're going to roll with for directing?
Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly.
Yes,
I'm thinking John Goldstein and John Daly.
yes, and that's exactly who they're going with.
And that's from
Game
Game
Night.
Night.
So
Game
I
Night. And
think
they've written many screenplays as well.
and they're going to go with it, and I'm excited to see that.
And
those
if
two
Daly
dudes
looks
go.
familiar, he was on Bones for a long time. He's an actor as well.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Blue House is coming out with some other stuff coming out, but we'll see that later on down the line. But go ahead and tell me what else we got for me.
Something I know me and you, Dutch, we're going to try it out, which is called Regal Unlimited. If you have AMC Movie Pass, or if you had the actual Movie Pass, which I still have, although it's still freaking been inactive since July something.
Dead.
We'll see if that ever comes back. I'll probably have to cancel it now because I'm going to go ahead and try Wriggle Unlimited from $18 to like $24. It's $24 for me and Dutch where we live here in Naples, Florida. You can see literally as many movies as you want.
You can watch. Here's the deal: you can actually watch anything that does not overlap during the day. So you can watch 3 movies in one day.
I was going to ask,
If
'cause
you
I know
feel that.
that's always been a caveat of MoviePass. So you can double dip.
That's what they say. You
Woo!
can watch 3 as long as those time periods don't overlap.
Well, that makes sense. How could you watch it anyway?
Well,
if
what
you
I'm
did?
saying is some people put like reservations in for like a 220 and a 325, and you know that ain't gonna happen. Okay, so they're trying to say don't double dip like that, but you can triple dip or double dip throughout the day.
Dude.
So if you don't want to leave a theater
On a Saturday-
Double
supposedly-
dipping.
On a Saturday, you want to let you see everything
I-
one day?
we can do it. We show up at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we go until 12 o'clock at night. I can do that easily in
We
my
should
day.
one day just do that.
We should do that
Film
because
ourselves.
you're in.
Do it.
You got to get on the Regal Pass, man, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to afford that
Wriggle
crazy.
Unlimited, $24 for us. Might be $18 in
It's
your
like
area.
282 or so for the year, 286 for the year, or something like that.
Well,
so.
you can do monthly. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, I'm gonna go I'm just gonna go all in.
I just don't have that. I don't. Well, some of us aren't rich like you to go.
No,
Oh, 280, no problem. Blur.
No.
What about on snacks? Like if you get a large popcorn.
10% off.
You get a 10% off now.
All right.
So
Free on your birthday,
yeah, a free large popcorn
Mm-hmm.
and a free beverage, a large.
as opposed to you can
Beverage.
still use the Crown Club. We'll see how that works exactly.
Especially.
I wonder
whenever
if
you
we're going to
want-
still get points or if we're just getting points for
only
snacks.
on your snacks now. I sound.
Is that what it?
But they'll give
yeah.
you points for your monthly fee though too. So
Can
if
I
you
go
pay
back if
23,
my popcorn's empty?
only on larges.
On larges, yeah.
Okay.
They don't
Yeah.
care. They'll always fill up your larges.
I wish
yeah.
they would go the AMC route where you can get unlimited soda no matter what happens. No matter what size you buy. AMC has their own little soda machine, and you just
Oh yeah, that's right. I have been on AMC.
Butter machine too.
Oh, I like the little butter machine.
I like the little butter machine too.
Yeah, that's what gets me. But
Crisco.
yes, it's Crisco.
Crisco. What's that thing in
It's coconut oil too, isn't it?
in
Crisco
Mexico
or
we're gonna
coconut
go to?
oil? I cannot remember the name of the place, but it looks beautiful.
What's it called?
Camping. Yeah, the glamping. Glamping. We'll be glamping.
We're gonna do a live show from Mexico glamping.
Yes.
We got a couple of trailers out, ladies and gentlemen. It's taken a while, but it's finally happening. I gave up hope on this ever happening, but Zombieland Double Tap.
Yeah.
Everyone's back. Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, and Emily Breslin. This time, no, it's not just a couple other cameos. It's a shit ton of cameos. From Off the Top of the Dome, we see Rosario Dawson, we see Luke Wilson, we see Thomas Middleditch, and I think others as well.
Yeah, I'm bad with names, so I'm not gonna even.
So you're not even gonna try.
Not
But,
even gonna try.
I'll say this: I'm excited to see these characters back again. I like this world. I think there might be some fun set pieces. At the same time, though, this trailer didn't blow me away. I didn't find myself laughing too much. I liked the beginning of it, and then it just kind of a little bit for me. Not in an overly bad way, though, and it is just a trailer. So hopefully the funnier bits are left for the movie. It is probably going to be R-rated again, I would imagine. So I do look forward to this, though.
I'm just gonna give you this. Guess who has his own TV show coming up on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're a wrestling fan, you should know this.
Oh, the Big Show.
The Big Show is gonna be in his own Netflix television show. It's called Bigger. And it's basically a series that takes place in Atlanta and focuses on a single black woman who bonds with a group of friends over their stagnant lives and a sudden death of an acquaintance. That sounds like a fun show. I mean, it sounds pretty good.
It's a movie?
That's the Big Show. I've read a totally different premise earlier.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it right now. That's the forthcoming TV series that he's going to be in right here on the news.
I read a whole different promise, but all right, buddy.
Well, unless they got their news mixed up within, but. Well, they're saying that's either way, that whatever that show is, it sounds fabulous, and I'm in.
I also thought it was called the Big Show.
No, it's just called, the big,
Roundup?
yeah, TV News Roundup. They are saying that the BET network has set an original story called Bigger, and hold on, maybe I read the wrong one. Hold on.
Dude, you're reading the totally wrong show.
I don't care.
It's on Netflix. You just said Netflix.
You know what? I'm going to watch that Bet Network one. I like the sound of that one.
Dude, you're talking that you're like a single black female. I'm like, what does this got to do with the Big Show?
Well, he could be a friend or an acquaintance.
Jesus,
He's having a shitty life.
that was funny.
What's it on Netflix?
That was funny.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, you know what? You don't come for real news. It's fake news here sometimes, and we can't help that.
Wait.
But it's called the Big Show Show, I guess.
So it is. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I don't like this. Then it's a reality show. No, we're not watching it.
It's not a reality show.
It sounds like it.
It's not. Will you read the real article?
I am right here.
Jesus.
It's a half-hour multi-camera. Okay, it's a comedy.
Thank you.
a series
Finish
about-
the goddamn article.
It just reeks of like something like that to me. But it's not. It's probably a situational comedy. Okay, fine. You know what? Hey, you know what? Hey,
Is this it right here?
yeah, that'll be
not.
it right there. That'll probably be it right there. So.
All right.
Yeah,
So
well.
let me see what we got here.
So I apologize to all our crazy listeners and viewers, and this is why I'm not in charge of the news. This is why I am not in charge of the news. I'm not even in charge of notable stuff most of the time. So
That's
Dutch,
okay.
I'm just gonna wing the news.
Don't
tonight.
even worry about it. Now, if
I'm making
the
the
Big
news.
Show was in the Medea chair, you'd probably get body slammed right
no.
about now.
You know what? He was
The Big Show has a new Netflix show on BET about a black female.
It's a single black female show which the Big Show could be a part of. Who am I supposed to argue with that thought process?
Girl, hallelujah.
Well, we could put him in the show, can we? Can we get a guest star? If anybody from Bed is watching, please put the Big Show in it, just for my giggles alone, because I will watch your show if you do that.
Nowhere in that article did it sound like this might be the wrong article, Jim.
It didn't. I thought it would sound like a good premise of a show. A good premise of a show. He's a friend of some guy who happens to die, and his wife. He becomes friends with his wife, and it's just they're having a bad luck time.
All right, one more trailer that I'm super excited to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Have we talked about this yet? The Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it on our 20th
Well, I'm still excited. We did. I even remember it in the show.
because we bought tickets for it already.
I edited the show a couple days ago. We bought our tickets. We're excited. October will be there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Did you get a ticket for me?
Nope.
Are you?
You don't show up when we invite you to places, so we're definitely not going to spend money.
Don't
on
worry.
tickets.
I think we're still the only two people who bought tickets. Besides that one dude who was way up in the rafters. So there's enough room. There's enough
A
room.
little bit of the trailer.
We did this already. Just get off this.
Yeah,
we did this already.
We did this last week. We did this.
Get off it. Get off it. Get off it. Thank you.
But
Go to Dutch for a second.
why are we going to me? Because I'm such a beautiful. Yeah, since I'm a beautiful man.
All right, now come back to me.
No. Switch back.
No, I want to do some serious news real quick.
I just want to say a shout out to all my fans. Okay.
It was literally on him the entire time, by the way.
To Dutch's
That bastard. Hey, no one cares about you. They care about me, the moneymaker, the face that runs the place. Go ahead. Get serious.
I
Tell me some
just
serious.
want to do a serious shout out to a great actor who we unfortunately lost. Passed away at the age of 75. Rutger Hauer passed away recently. You know him probably from Blade Runner. YouTube that final scene of him in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff there. The original Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie Hitcher, and more recently in stuff like Batman Begins, Sin City, as well as episodes of Smallville and True Blood. Great character actor. Always fun when he would pop up in
Was
things.
it-
I even really enjoyed him in True Blood these last couple of years.
Was he in Blind Fury?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was the blind dude in Blind Fury. Okay, cool. Never mind.
Hobo with the shotgun, which I actually, again, just bought at the Dollar Tree not too long ago.
Really?
2-disc special edition. So, so shout out to Rutger Hauer. Much love to his fans, family,
Great.
and friends.
Great actor. Enjoyed him.
We got some box office news for you, and then I know I'm wrapped up. If you want to end anything after this,
Well, maybe I have some more disinformation to give out. I'm not sure yet.
let me do some box office, and you
Okay.
can tell us all the lies you want.
Okay.
New Jason Voorhees movie starring Tyler Perry as Jason Voorhees. Number 5 is Crawl. Made another $4 million. Thank you, Dutch.
Actually, I didn't pay for my ticket, so therefore I didn't
someone
really
else did,
contribute.
though. Oh, yeah, wait. How did you get in for free?
Do you not remember that altercation that I had during the Child's Play movie?
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they still made money.
So
off
I
you,
watched
bro.
one crappy movie. I switched them out, basically.
So thank you, dicks at Child's Play.
Yes.
So Crawl made another $4 million, bringing that to $31 million. Number 4, Toy Story 4 made another $10 million, bringing that to $396 million. Number 3, Spider-Man Far From Home, $12 million, bringing it to $344 million. Number 2, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood made $41 million in its debut, and number 1 was Lion King, making $76 million, bringing that to $351 million in only its second week.
Stop going, okay,
That
people.
was the also for Tarantino. That is his best opening weekend movie, money wise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, think about it. Like nothing else has been that high. Like he's not that much of a
He's coming off
box
the
office guy.
Django movie.
Nope, not as much as this evidently.
No, Django. He's coming off that buzz from Django.
No, Django was 2 movies ago.
Well-
No, I think what happened here is the studio was finally once from behind him because he had think about it. He had a really damn good cast, like a sellable cast. Really,
yeah, you
rather
can always sell.
he's always got a good cast, but you can sell DiCaprio, Pitt, and Robbie.
Why isn't
You know.
Christoph Waltz in this one? What happened?
I just don't see this one. I don't see this one making more than Django.
How much did Django make?
I
domestic?
don't think you see again. I don't think you're thinking right because you're just thinking probably based on quality or whatever. This movie was way more easily sellable. Again, DiCaprio on the poster, Brad Pitt on the poster, Margot Robbie, and it seemed to be advertised a lot more too. Like there's been a lot of advertisements for this in the last month.
Domestically, though, tell me how much Unchained made.
162 million.
I think we're not going to see 162
Right, I don't
million.
think so either.
I think we're going to probably see, if you're lucky, 120, and I think Dora is going to make 130. So we're going to be okay.
And in production, they had 100. They had 100 million versus
Hell no.
90 on there. Now that Dora, some of them on some of those articles, they had that as like comparing it to National Treasure. If it does National Treasure's numbers, some people have that at 300 million.
Oh,
How are you,
absolutely.
how are you
can do
comparing
that.
those two?
You
That's
can. It is an
No.
adventure film for everybody.
No,
Tell me you can't.
Nicolas Cage in a well-written film versus another film that ends with like a shit joke. Come on.
Oh, come
When
on.
are they going to have that reality show of Nicolas Cage's life? I mean, that's what I want to see.
We're trying to put that together with
I'm
something.
kind of like a national treasure.
National treasure.
I like avocados.
Yeah,
I like getting married.
I love making.
I like
movies
burning my money.
for no apparent reason. And
Dutch,
trying to
any
get out
other
of
fake
debt.
stories you want to talk about?
Well, another fake story was when I heard that there was a show called The Boys. I thought we finally made it to Prime, but I guess we didn't. So that was my other fake news that I was trying to propagate.
You said you were what about halfway through the show?
Yeah, I'm halfway.
Well, you
in.
haven't seen my story arc yet.
Well, I can't.
Actually, no, you might have seen me as Doppelganger.
Oh, doppelganger.
Remember? Blindfold the guy in episode
Yeah,
2.
well, you could have that debut. It wasn't that great of a debut. But you wait till you see mine. I'm probably in episode 8, the very last one. The fat guy who dies real easily. So that's what's going to happen. So that'll be the dude.
Fake news.
Yeah, it could be.
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Not
well, anyway.
Trump.
Hey, we don't get political with this show.
I'm not. Home Alone 2 starred Donald Trump. That's all I said.
Wow, no wonder why I didn't like it. Anyway, that's just
I
how
like
we
Home
were.
Alone 2.
Yeah, no one liked Home Alone 2 or 3. I don't think did they?
First of all, 3 is where you start going direct to video. Yeah.
Is 3 like
Home
the
Alone 2 is fine.
non-Macaulay Culkin film?
Yeah.
Yeah,
3,
okay.
4, and 5. At least 3 and 4.
Whoa!
There might be a fifth.
How many?
There's at least 4.
Oh wow! Really?
Third one. Hey, by the way, third one. Young Scarlett Johansson.
Oh my stars! No wonder
What
my
were some of
stars.
your favorite scenes in Home Alone 1? Like, what are some of your favorite scenes?
The whole just first bit of him being alone of just running through that house and like, what is the line where it's like, made everyone disappear? I made everyone disappear, however he puts it, where he's like, for Sam, and like, all right, sweet, I'm by myself, I can do whatever. And he's shooting stuff off and I'm playing with your stuff. And this, which doesn't even make any sense because it doesn't burn that much.
Well, he's not used to wearing the cologne, so.
It's a sweet film. And you know what? As a kid that grew up during it, the furnace, you know when he's scared by that furnace down below? That shit scared me.
Really?
Oh, I was very much like, hey, what is that thing? Because for
did
a
you-
kid,
did you-
I don't know what the hell it was.
Well,
I literally
I-
was like, okay, I'm with him. There's a monster in the basement. Get out of the basement.
Yeah. See, I never grew up with a furnace, so I couldn't really, identify with a furnace. But it didn't scare. I was old enough to not be scared.
Who
But,
were the bad guy? Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern.
yes, the voice
That-
on
they
Wonder
were
Years.
so fantastic.
What?
The screeks
He was the
from-
narrator for Daniel Stern was.
The
yeah.
screeks, like whenever he's like Marv, when he's beating him, the spider, he sees the spider on him, and I love the spider. I love
The wet bandits.
The wet bandits. I love the wet bandits.
I love to. I think,
Snakes.
there's a good YouTube video that
I'm glad
shows.
you guys like this film because I thought it was okay. I didn't really dissect it as much as you guys have over the years.
There's a good
Pizza
YouTube.
guy.
There's a good YouTube video though about like how many lives it would take. Like they definitely would have been dead, especially in that second one
Yes,
with like the
yes,
paint
I saw that,
cans
yeah.
and like he electrocutes them and they step on nails.
Step on
and
a nail.
It's like 45 just to get through the movie or more. You
When
know?
that shoe, when he shows the tar, and he's sewing up, and they pan, and his shoe's floating in space.
Take the
Oh,
change, you filthy
The
animal.
snakes. That was the
Why
best
didn't that
shit.
pizza guy call the cops? Why were there no cops coming to the door like, hey,
Keep
you
it
just
safe.
shot at the pizza guy? Like,
What is it? Yeah. What did he give him? 20 cents? He gave him like
yeah.
20 cents.
Well, it doesn't matter. Even if he tipped me $100, you're calling the cops afterwards going, hey, I delivered this guy's pizza, and then I'm pretty sure he shot at me.
Well, maybe that's why he was afraid to say because he's a
Well,
pizza
let
dude.
alone the kid would call the cops, right? About your third day alone, right?
Yeah, the kid would call the cops. Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't even call the cops during the whole movie, did he? I mean, he never.
And the creepy dude. No.
He never-
Oh, that kid. Yeah,
Macaulay Culkin, did he ever call the cops? No, he was enjoying. He's a sadist in this film. He is the bad guy. Do we not think that he could be the bad guy? He has no moral compass in this film. Let's just say that he doesn't. He's out there trying to kill these two intruders. Okay, they're just trying to make a living. They're not supposed to even be home. He's not even supposed to be there. They're supposed to be easy in and out.
Tim Curry's getting the second one.
This is not fake news, Jimmy.
I
Jimmy
know.
is right on target here with
I'm
all
just
this.
saying. It's just
Fake.
I don't understand how you guys can get behind Macaulay Culkin's character on this because he is just an evil
adorable.
child. He was in the good
Yes,
son for a
yes.
reason.
The good son.
He was in
Yeah,
the good son
good
for a
son.
reason. He was not that good in that one either.
No, that film and with John Candy, right?
No, that was
Mike.
no, that was Elijah Wood was in The Good Son.
John Candy's in
John
Home
Candy
Alone.
was
No,
in,
Home Alone, right, yeah.
But John
The poker
Candy
player.
also was in Uncle Buck because
And
that
which
was
is another
Macaulay
great
Culkin was
Oh, yeah.
starred in. You know?
I've never seen it, but I did see the Mike Epps TV show.
Wait a minute, you've never seen Uncle Buck?
Never seen Uncle Buck.
You got to watch it.
By God, I don't.
Never seen Joe vs. Volcano or Volunteers.
We don't vet our co-hosts that much, do we? In this show, it seems because John Candy should be in everyone's thought process.
Hey, if you're gonna kick me out, you gotta kick him out for making 2018 movies in the top 5 of 2019. We gotta kick you out for talking about The Big Show in a BET comedy. So we all make mistakes, people. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I have millions of years to recoup from this one where you haven't even come close.
Did he just say that we make mistakes? Jimmy?
We don't make
Yeah.
mistakes in this business. Just because you watched a movie yesterday, you can't count that as a 2019 film.
I had someone try to say that to me once, and I was like, "Then where's the cutoff? Is Godfather 2? If you see that today, is that a favorite movie of 2019?"
Well, yeah, no,
I
there
hate
is a
that logic.
cutoff. There is a very bad logic with that one because Godfather 2, even though it was more palatable than Godfather 1 and 3, everyone knows the Godfather
Oh,
series
you know
is
what?
very overrated.
I want to ask you guys something.
Hold on, Dizzle. You wait 1 second. What, are you shitting on Godfather now?
I have always shit.
Okay,
Get
yeah,
the
you know what?
fudge outta here.
This is interesting.
I've
All right,
always.
tell me what's so great about Godfather.
It's a damn well-made film.
Okay, all right.
Other than the film
all
that
right.
you think is so well made, tell me what is so good about
What
it.
is so good? Like, what is?
It's like Scarface. People love Scarface. I think it's a piece of shit film.
Now Scarface,
Now
if
you're
you
out of line. Now you're out of line.
oh, see, no, now you're nuts.
No.
Because I'm sorry, if you look at early reviews of Scarface, it wasn't well reviewed. It's been more brought up now because of the culture, and I think people love the character more than the film itself. The film itself is not that.
And the character to me is just a one-dimensional
spectacular.
film anyway.
Because he's a gangster. People want to be gangster.
Yeah,
Say
and it's
hello
an
to my
awful
little
film.
friend.
It's a great, awful film for people, I guess. But I just think it's just an awful film altogether. So that's another show for another
Well,
day.
a Florida guy. That's once again. I could be a little biased, but I do like. the
I'm a
guy.
Florida guy, too.
I'm a Florida guy too.
But I am not biased for
Unlike us though, I think you're proud to be a Florida guy.
But no, I'm a Florida guy. I'm proud. I'm proud to be a guy.
I'm very
But
deeply
here's the
proud.
deal. I just don't think that
Craziest. I'm the Florida
Al
man.
Pacino. Okay, if we were gonna get
Hoo-ah.
crazy today, if you were to recast him, and
Come on now,
and
Jim.
put him in as a Cuban American, people would flip their wigs now because come on,
That's just the society.
no, I'm just saying that's society. But at least he would if you had put a Cuban American in that role, you like I can't give me somebody right now.
I don't know. I'm not good at races.
But what I'm getting at is
Everyone's good to me.
no, Andy Garcia. Andy Garcia. I think he's Cuban American. I think, but Andy Garcia, fantastic actor. I could picture him better in Scarface than I can.
Well, tell me about The Godfather. What do you like?
I think Al Pacino's underrated or overrated.
I think yeah. Oh yes, I'll agree.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I'm sorry to say that to any Al Pacino
What
fan
about?
out there.
Okay, wait, but what about? Tell me about The Godfather. What did you guys like about The Godfather?
I didn't like The Godfather.
What did you like?
Fantastic cast. It's well directed. Francis Ford Coppola is very good. Hey, you Google Cuban actors.
Yeah.
First one that pops up, Andy Garcia.
Okay, there you go.
But with The Godfather, what's the storyline here? What's the whole premise?
Every time I get out, they pull me back in. It's about the mafia. And
It's just the
stop.
mafioso film. You had Marlon Brando was the original head.
Right.
They basically brought him in, and he just played around with his
And now
part.
that is the best Al Pacino performance because he is multi-layered in that too. Like he starts out, he doesn't want to be in the family, and then at the end when he finally closes the door and you see that he has now become what he didn't want to be at the beginning of the film. I mean, it's great storytelling, man.
Okay. All right.
The first two are just wonderful.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Made
because
films. Watch the first two. Don't bother with the third, or watch the third, but didn't realize that no one's saying that's great.
Yeah.
Right.
Kool-Aid.
Now, let me ask you. I got one more thing I want to ask.
I guess you
guys.
could say when it comes to Godfather, I drink of the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
say hello to his little friend.
No, he's a little friend, the Kool-Aid man.
Now listen, Darren Aronofsky. How do you pronounce that? Requiem for a Dream.
Aronofsky.
Yeah.
Do you guys tell me? Would you guys? What do you got? What are your feelings on him? The Wrestler, Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, The Fountain, Pie, Mother, Noah, Below.
Mother
Jack-
was awful.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were on a roll there for a while.
Yeah. I have no issues with the other ones until the Mother come up. I think did he do the what was the name of the other one? Sophia, maybe was it called, or another one with Natalie Portman other than Black Swan. She played Jackie.
Jackie?
Yeah, there you go. Jacqueline.
Aftermath?
I don't know why I called her Sophie.
Oh, I never saw Jackie.
Jackie was pretty good.
I didn't know that was his because that looks like a serious film, right?
Yeah. They're all serious films.
Well, when I
Black
say
Swan.
serious, I mean like isn't Jackie about?
Jacqueline Onassis, yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, so
listening
as in serious, as in like everything else has like a fantasy or a crazy element to it. Jackie seems like something that could have been directed by
Yeah, and I think this
A British guy.
That came out at the same time as Katie Holmes's one. I think she played Jackie Onassis on some. I think
I'm listening
film.
to a director's or a screenwriter's roundtable or something, and his movies, I guess, they consider them like hard to put a genre on. His movies.
Sometimes, yeah, I think Requiem for a Dream is one of my favorite films. That's one of the hardest films to watch.
Jared Leto, right?
Jared Leto, Jennifer Connelly, a really good. I mean, I made fun before about how I was a big fan. A really good performance from Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
Ellen Burstyn's fantastic. Ellen Burstyn's the only one that I think might have been nominated for it too. And it's about drugs and the drug culture, and it's a great film. It's one that I haven't seen from beginning to end in a very long time because it's not an easy thing to sit through, but it is a fantastic film.
Yeah.
I think The Fountain is actually kind of underrated. Like it's one of those films that it's a little wacky and all over the place. Like it kind of reminded me of like a Terrence Malick film to an extent.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, Rachel Weisz, but there's a lot of gorgeous elements to it though. Jackman has a great performance in it, so I can understand where he's coming from with that one. The Wrestler is fantastic. A little bit of a bleak look into pro wrestling to an extent, but that does happen.
And I enjoyed it. And
Fantastic! I mean, I probably still arguably
it's probably
pretty
top-
easy, arguably the best wrestling movie out there. You can say that in the new Fighting with My Family.
Yeah, those
but
are
they're
the
both
top-
very
those are the
jarringly
top
different.
real too, but you can't
Absolutely.
really, one's darker than the other, of course.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I said that they're very jarringly different.
What about Pie? Did you watch Pie?
No, that's like one of his first ones. I didn't see that one.
I might have seen it.
I think that's before
Back in the
Requiem,
day.
right?
Or what about Noah? Or
Noah-
Aftermath?
No, I didn't hear good things about that.
It was
No.
with, who was that with?
Crowe.
Was that Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Actually, I enjoyed that movie. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. That was also Logan Lerman, I think, was in it. A few others.
Jennifer Connelly, Anthony
Jennifer-
Hopkins,
yeah.
Emma Watson.
Yeah, yeah, and it was.
I was right about Crow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed it. That was I can still remember the day I went watched it. It was a Sunday when we were with my mom, and a $20 bill actually rolled up to my foot, and that paid for me to get into the film. Hey, divine intervention, I guess. But yeah, my mom wanted to watch it.
It's funny you say that. Rosie and I, we
Meant
went and
to
saw a
be.
movie about 2 weeks ago. And as I'm leaving, I'm walking over and I said, "You see it right over by my door?" And she goes, "What's that?" And I said, "That's a pile of money I'm fixing to grab."
It was.
And it was. It was like $8 or something.
So that's great, because I had a $20.
And the rich get
It
richer.
was like a $20 bill just rolling, and it just stopped at my foot. And I told my mom, I said, "Well, guess what? Who's paying for this? This $20 bill is paying for both of our tickets." And so we both went in, and she enjoyed this film as well. We both went in open minded, and we just enjoyed the whole picture.
That's cool.
So,
So,
yeah.
what are the new segments now here, real fast, just so I don't forget? What?
Well, we're gonna be peppering them
What-
throughout
what
the
you
whole time.
watching?
We had What You Watching, which kind of went okay, and then the other one was just basically we just did a midsummer checkup, which he doesn't like the name of it, but of the year
So
in
far,
films.
they call it. When I pulled it up for 2019, they called it So Far.
Thank you. That's what I said all
You
along.
can call it
Now,
so far.
once
I like the
again,
mid- I
Jordan
like the- I like
Owens
this-
is
I
the
like the
smartest.
Summer checkup. How about the midsummer checkup?
But that sounds like
Somar.
you're checking on summer.
Somar checkup.
Sumar.
Yeah, your favorite romantic comedy. How
Yeah,
how
yeah.
dizzle.
It
You
is.
son of a bizzle. Hey, so if we ever go limited, if Midsummer's still out, you coming?
I really don't want to watch that movie.
What is it?
so.
What do you guys want to say?
Your
Midsummer,
favorite
your
romantic
romantic
comedy,
comedy.
Midsommar.
We got my.
you know?
What was yours? Yours is the show romantic, the big show romantic comedy.
Yeah, the big show is romantic comedy. I'm fine
We'll
with that.
get you. We'll get you.
Oh yeah.
I don't make mistakes.
Yeah, he does.
Flawless.
Next
find
week
you.
I will be out of town.
So we'll do that. So
Well, just until
let's
Wednesday,
let's
so-
just wrap it up right now. Let's wrap. I don't know.
Well,
Did we wrap this
what
show
do you
up a long
guys-
time
what-
ago?
What
But
do
let's
you guys
just.
plan on seeing here?
Oh yes.
Coming up Friday, we have Hobbs and Shaw, new movie of Fast and Furious presents Jason Statham, The Rock, spinoff from their characters in Fast and Furious. They have to team up to fight Black Superman, as he calls himself. Idris Elba has somehow given himself powers.
And don't forget, Roman Reigns shows up in this film
Roman
as well.
Reigns pops up. I believe Helen Mirren is back as well.
Yeah, and a rumor has it she's going to be in the other Fast and Furious movie for somehow. I'm not sure why, but she will.
Okay,
be.
sure.
She will. be. And Charlize Theron has signed on to do the next one for the Fast and Furious movies.
Is she gonna be a good guy too?
She's coming. Well, I guess she's the bad guy turned good now. I don't know how that works.
Oh God! So she saved them all over again.
She's going to be the hacker person again. I guess that's what they're going to be doing with her.
Is Luke Evans in this? Hobbs and Shaw? Is the
Oh,
brother?
I don't know.
I bet you he is.
I bet who. What?
Let's get all of our fucking families
Let's
together.
just get into it. Let's just have fun, everybody.
My third cousin,
Yeah.
Rupert Everett.
My third cousin, twice removed. There's I can't remember the girl's name, but that
Mm.
she's Jason Statham's sister in the film.
Yes, Emma Emerson.
Yeah,
I don't know. I made stuff up.
I don't know, but she's so yours your fake news.
But I'm sure we'll see that at some point. Well, probably by the time we get back, I'm sure we'll see it. What? Someone calling me?
Yeah, someone's
Yeah, my members of the RPW roster want to do a voice thing.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so let's just wrap it up here. My name is Dutch McAllister, along with
Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Purcell will say thank you for so much for checking us out. Hit the likes button, hit the subscribe button, and everything. We love you so much, more than you'll ever know.
what do you got?
Vanessa Kirby. Was that her name?
Well, okay then. We'll go with that. So is that the way we're going to go out? We're going to go out with Vanessa Kirby.
Vanessa Kirby, thank you for joining
Enjoy
us.
it. Have a good night.
That was the last person on that cast I was trying to find. So we're out. That's
We're
it.
out. That's it, boss. We're done.
All right. I love you, baby. We love you guys. 21 in the can. We will give you some more fake news and miss romantic comedies. Are we done here?
The last time I saw you, you turned away.
I love avocados.
Said hello, but you kept on walking.
Walk away.
Next time you see me, I'll turn away.
Turn away.
Do you remember we used to sleep at night? I don't want to sleep alone. Please don't make me sleep alone. If I could, I'd only want to make you smile. If you want to stay with me a while.
Is that it?
Yeah,
That's it, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Bullshit.
That's beautiful.
Bullshit.
What? You didn't like that? That was beautiful. All right, we're done here.
All right.